It's the usual early morning commute for merchant banker Simon Nutbush as he heads across Cheam Park to catch his train to the city. But his current living accommodation is far from ordinary. Like a growing number of young professionals, Simon now lives in a tree, which he rents from the London Borough of Sutton. It's green, it's tax-free, so far, and he finds it comfortable.
What do you do of an average evening when you're in your tree house?
Well, I like to count these the knobbles on here. This is particularly interesting about this house, which is my third one now. So that keeps me entertained. I've managed to do the top 3 layers of branches so far, and I'll keep on doing that. That'll keep me going pretty much all through the summer.
Have you had any training for this kind of habitat? I mean, were you in the army or the navy?
No. I worked on building sites for a long time when I was younger.
Okay.
And I sort of rather like staying overnight. I'd stay in the little rooms and be outside, lie under a tarpaulin or something. I think that whetted my appetite for outdoor living.
It didn't give you an aversion to buildings, would you say? I mean, I just guessing. I mean,
I've never really thought about it like that, but yes, I think once they were finished, once the buildings were finished, I sort of rather lost interest in them.
Have you come across other people living in trees?
There are a few other communities around. Not very many, it has to be said. People try to avoid me on the whole, and I'm not quite sure why. There's a very nice young family that live at the other end of the park there.
Okay.
Noel and Jane. We socialise with the squirrels and the pigeons a little bit as well. Though it has to be said that the pigeon crap on the branches really do help my suit.
Where do you keep your clothes?
I have a little room which I keep some of my clothes in, and I have some couple of months worth of nuts in a bin.
Have you had any burglars at all?
No. Well, we did have some park attendant the other day come and try and chop down the tree.
I heard that you had a solar-powered toaster.
Toasters work quite well on solar power. Some of them use a bit too much, but yeah, these solar panels are very, very useful. At least I can keep a mobile phone. It's a bit difficult to get BT to put a landline in. Yes, I have to make my own sort of bread, really. Make up my own dough mix from sort of nuts and bits and pieces that I find around. I can harvest. Obviously you can't sort of plant crops, but the grass gets quite long sometimes, and these cuttings you can see down here make a bit of roughage.
Simon has what some might see as a reclusive lifestyle, but he has got to know a few other tree dwellers since setting up home in Cheam Park.
This is Trevor's place. He's my well, he's not quite my nearest neighbour, but he's probably my best mate around here in the park. We'll just see if he's in. There we go. Yes? Trev, you there? You coming out?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm not coming out at the moment, no.
Oh, I want you to go for a nut beer.
Oh yes, I'm definitely coming out now. Are you buying?
Why am I buying? You're normally flush.
Well, I didn't get paid last week because of the NatWest glitch. Did you hear about it?
Oh, yeah, I banked with someone else, unfortunately, so I got all my money.
Oh, well, I banked with somebody else, but my company, they banked with NatWest.
Oh, right, okay.
And we didn't get paid because of the glitch.
Oh.
It took a week.
Yeah, well,
to fix this glitch.
I guess that means I've got to buy the round, haven't I?
No, it's alright, I got paid eventually. The glitch is now fixed.
The glitch is now fixed. Okay, well, look, I'm having a little bit of a chat with this guy here, and I'll come back in about half an hour or something and pick you up.
Okay, who's he?
I don't know, some...
Making a documentary?
Yeah, some documentary guy. I sort of don't want to give too much away. You know, I am the star of the programme and everything, so... You know, you stay in the tree maybe until a little bit later when he's gone.
Righty-ho.
What is it you look for when you're assessing a place to live?
Yeah, this one's not bad. It's got a nice canopy on it. You can see, I don't know, it's got a bit of an S-shaped curve in the trunk here, which really, you know, would make sleeping a little bit difficult.
Yes, yes.
So I probably wouldn't like that one. This one over here is lovely. Straight, nice smooth bark. It's marvellous. Not quite sure how I'd get up to those lower level branches. I'd probably have to have like a, you know, like a sort of loft ladder or something to be able to get up there. Yeah, that I could draw back up after me. But I quite like that one. I'll give that like a 6 out of 10. This one over here. See, it's got a bit of leakage here. We might even get a bit of damp off of that. Don't like the look of that at all.
Could you tap it for rubber, do you think?
For rubber?
Or water, perhaps, or something sap, you know. That
well, the sap's quite useful because you can use that for like chewing gum. Sort of, you know, take it out. It can be quite nutritious and quite tasty at night.
Yeah.
A bit like humbugs or something. You might sort of.
It's sort of Ovaltine.
Yes, you can drain it off and put it in a mug of hot water, which I've boiled up with my solar kettle, and it makes a very nice bedtime drink. A little bit of sap tea.
Do you get milk delivered in the morning?
No, I go and get it from the farm down the road, straight from the udder. Nice and warm.
Do you wear slippers when you're having your bedtime drink?
I don't wear slippers, but I do have some of these lovely new, you know, like the toe shoes that you get.
Okay.
They're fantastic. A little bit of grip on them. They stick to your feet, and it allows you to walk up the side very easily.
Okay.
But I do sometimes have to wear gloves because I've got quite tender skin on my hands, and you know, when the sap is out, it can get a little bit sticky and unpleasant. So I like to wear a nice pair of calfskin gloves or something, just to protect myself.
This would be artificial calfskin, would it? Not the real animal.
Well, yes. Of course. There's no point in going artificial. We're in the wild here.
Patrick Mahogany, a former hedge fund manager, is another Cheam Park resident who has got used to living in a tree, although he admits that he's still a bit suspicious when he gets visited.
What do you want?
Patrick believes that it is important for tree dwellers to stay physically active, as he does here with his morning yoga session.
What makes a really suitable tree for living in, would you say? I mean, was this one ever used?
This was used once, yes. Roger used to live here. It got struck by lightning. He was a nice guy, Roger.
Yes. Did he get struck by lightning, or was it just the tree, or was it both?
He was in the tree at the time.
Oh, okay. He wasn't watching television at all, was he?
He was actually watching the Portugal television.
What programme was it?
Coronation Street.
Nowadays, would this be considered a suitable tree for living in?
Well, it's a bit exposed, really.
A bit exposed?
Yes, I mean, it would attract attention if you tried to habitate this.
Yes. Is there any particular recommendation you have for the kind of bark that a tree should have?
No. As long as it's not too sticky.
Yes. What colour is best?
Green usually. Quite like red ones, but
There are few rules as yet governing tree dwelling, but one or two Cheam Park residents have got into trouble over noise, as happened when this man tried to start a music festival in his tree. But for most Cheam Park residents, daily life is about the usual things: work, commuting, and putting nut roast on the table.
So what sort of day have you had at the office today, Simon? Did you get a particular train home when you've...
Oh yes.
Which one is it?
It's the 7:24 from Waterloo is the normal one. I come in from Bank. We have quite a nice little group actually on the train. We all sit and some of them get off at Barking and there's a little common there, so there's a few of us around from the different habitats where we all live.
Well, what sort of day have you had at the office? I mean, have you been investing quite heavily in anything? Or I understand that you are a trainee merchant banker.
Well, yes, I do my best. I invest quite heavily in the green fuels and the alternative markets.
Okay. How does this present job compare to your previous job? I believe you were working at McDonald's.
Well, I don't know if I'd put it quite that way. I was clearing tables, really.
Oh.
They wouldn't trust me behind the bar, you see, with all the food and the till and everything. It was all a bit too modern for me, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't very good at offering fries to everyone.
Why not?
I don't know. There's something I don't like fries. It's sort of like burning, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like burning.
Yes. You don't ever have a bonfire here.
No. And you know what pine needles are like? They just go woof, and that'd be it. I'd be homeless.
Yes. Well, some people might see you as homeless now, really, but I assume that...
I'm very comfortable, thank you very much. I've got one of the nicer trees in the park.
Yes. Here's Trevor here. Wonder what he's doing.
hello.
Why don't you...
Hello.
How are you? How was work today?
Good. Could have been better.
Just enjoying the sunset.
What have you been doing today, Trevor? Have you been chopping down trees at all, or...
Yes, I
Yes.
chopped a few down.
You do it for pleasure, don't you?
Yeah, and for fire. I need warmth at night.
Yeah.
I've
quite
told you
dangerous.
you should use the leaves and the bit of earth on top of you. It'll keep you warm.
Yes.
Don't need to burn things.
Are either of you organic, would you say? I mean, if that is the correct way of putting it?
I'm multi-organic, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, all sorts of organs.
Yes, I'm organic. I'm all for organic.
Are you vegetarian as well, Trevor?
No, I have the odd squirrel, I must say.
Yes.
Squirrel's nice.
How
Squirrel
do you-
and pigeon pie is very
Have you
good.
had hedgehog?
Hedgehog.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's not very often. You can't find them very often.
No.
They do tend to hide away worse than us.
Well, there you have it. The tree people of Cheam. As you can tell, they're both quite established in this rural habitat, and they've both got quite used to their lifestyle, living in trees and living pretty reasonably, I would have said. Their standard of living is possibly not quite the same as someone that has a swimming pool, but they're getting close in a certain sense.